For those of you that are recording your presentation, there's a few things that I would suggest you to think about. First off, to record the video, I would suggest to use the webcam on your Chromebook. That's going to be the quickest and easiest form for you. It will look a little awkward unless you have somebody start it for you. You're going to have to start it and then walk back and get yourself set up. But the nice thing about that is that you'll be able to see yourself on the screen and kind of position yourself, make sure that you're in the right place frame-wise before you begin. And then it will be one click to upload. If you want to use your phone, which is perfectly acceptable, there's a couple things to think about. First off, don't shoot in portrait mode. Make sure you're shooting in landscape mode. So the thing about picture video is that the default is landscape or is wide, okay? And some cameras will automatically convert it to a landscape for you, and that's where you'll get like those blurred visions of it on the side, right? You'll get this like strip through the middle, then a blurred copy of it on either side. It'll make it automatically landscape. But save yourself some trouble, because not all phones do that. Save yourself some trouble and go ahead and turn it horizontally or longwise to shoot your video. When you get ready to start, if you hit it and then walk back, it'll be fine. If somebody else starts it, when they click the start button, wait a second. Give yourself a pause before you begin speaking. You don't want the first couple words to be clipped off, right? You don't want the in the middle of a sentence, you want it to start. Okay, now here we go. And you don't lose any words. Again, at the end, you'll want to make sure that, when you're walking back, that's fine. You won't have that problem. If somebody else is stopping it for you, you'll want to make sure to that they don't stop the video as soon as you get done speaking. Give yourself that little bit of lead time out in the video and out of the video. Shoot it horizontally, okay? The next thing to think about is the video resolution. And when you do these videos, your cell phone is probably preset to go ahead and shoot at a higher resolution. Now your webcam on your Chromebook will be fine because it'll be preloaded to a lower resolution. You won't have as much trouble with this. But on your phone, it tends to be preset to a higher resolution. And what that means is that you are going to get a much better picture, but the file size is also going to be a lot bigger. And so what you want to do is you want to kind of save yourself some trouble. I know several of you in the past have had this kind of moment where you're trying to upload a video and it just won't go. And you try to email it and it says it's too big or it won't go. There's a lot of different problems that you run into. So you want to change the resolution on your phone. And let me show you how to do it on an iPhone and then on a Samsung. So when you get ready to record your video on your phone, one of the things that you will want to do is you will want to change the resolution. This will do a couple things for you. Primarily, it will make a document much easier for you to upload. The file won't be ginormous. It won't take up a lot of space on your phone, and it will not take up, it'll be easier to upload into Google Drive. These instructions for an iPhone, although I understand that the instructions are very similar on a Android. On an iPhone, you're going to go to the settings, to the camera, and under that, you're going to click on the tab that says record video or record slow-mo. From there, you'll pick your preferred resolution. Now, for the most of you, it will be set at this 1080p at 30 frames per second. Go ahead and select the 720 HD at 30 frames. Now, it will not be as smooth a video necessarily. Maybe not something you're used to seeing on your phone. On the computer screen, it will look fine. And for the purposes of what we are doing, this will be perfect. So on your iPhone, change it to go settings to camera, record video, and under that you'll get a screen. You'll get options that look like this. And I would select the 720 at 30 frames per second. If you're using a Android phone, it will look something similar to this. This example is about a Samsung. But if you're using a Android, you're going to go to your camera app, and then you're going to click on this, something that says something very similar to video recording mode. And then under settings, choose the resolution. From there, you would select a resolution. I would not pick the smallest one necessarily. I think this 320 by 240 would be fine. Maybe a mid-range one. But whatever the default is, I'd go down 1 or 2 settings so that, again, you resize it to something that, to a file size that is much more manageable. When you're recording your videos, what I would like to see is as much of your body as possible. So if you can, a full length. That way I get to kind of see, your body posture, your stance, making sure you're not moving around, doing a lot of extra unnecessary motion. So go ahead and if you can, do that. If you have somebody record it for you, which is totally fine, I would definitely appreciate, and I think that your quality will be much better, if you put it on something, if it's steady. Instead of like somebody holding it and it's kind of jiggling and shaking around and we kind of see you moving around. If you get to set it on something, books, shelf, desk, whatever it might be. And again, that might be where the Chromebook will be really handy in helping you do that. Okay. Finally, when you submit your recording, I am really expecting it to be polished. I mean, as a recording, you have multiple chances to do it and redo it and redo it and do it again as many times as you want to get it the way you want. So I'd really expect it to be polished like that. So, make sure that you submit to me like your best version, not one that stops in the middle and restarts or something like that. I really do want this to be your best version of what you can do. Especially since, as a recording, it's on a different grading scale as a live version. But, you do want it to be your best product and put your best foot forward. Outside of that, I mean, I don't think there's anything different that, you're going to do here that you didn't do in the face-to-face classes when we were still in school and doing speeches. I did say that the visual is not necessary. We don't have to do the visual aid for this speech because there are some technical issues to kind of work through and pan through a little bit. So we're going to kind of work on that a little bit. But anyway, I look forward to seeing what you can do. I look forward to hearing about the festivals and the fun things that you found about them and to see what you have to share with us. So good luck. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.